Welcome back to Anxiety Kitchen. This week we're going to focus on a Depression era recipe called water pie. During the Great Depression, dairy products, eggs, meat, everything was rationed. If you didn't live on a farm and therefore, you didn't have access to eggs like we do, home cooks really got extremely creative to where they were making cakes without eggs or any dairy products. Butter is in everything. So to have to ration butter and not put butter in cakes and pies, or if you do very little, they had to come up with creative solutions. One of those was switching to vegetable shortening. So I'm gonna make a pie crust. It's super simple, but flour, salt, cold water. I recommend ice water, really, and vegetable shortening. A lot of the recipes that I was looking up, I got kind of frustrated because they were calling for a pre-made pie crust. Pre-made pie crust didn't enter stores until the 50s. And since the Great Depression was from October 1929 until 1941, wasn't an option. So, gonna make my own pie crust. I already have my flour and salt, and I have my vegetable shortening all measured out just because and then I have my ice water. It's not whiskey, I promise. I'm sorry. No. So yeah, and handy dandy pastry cutter. You can also use like 2 knives if you want to. Yeah. So I'm gonna get started and go from there. Yeah, I have my flour and salt, and I'm gonna add half of my shortening. So what you want to do is you want to cut the first half in until it's kind of like a cornmeal type consistency. My grandma growing up, not having a lot of money and having to work hard for everything, she had certain characteristics that she still does today. One of which was always washing and reusing Ziploc bags. Stuff that drove me crazy when I was in, like high school. But, when you get a little older, you kind of realize like, oh, yeah, no, that's, gotta do what you gotta do, Don't got money for buying more. So right now I'm putting in the cold water. Is that 3? I'll put in 1 more. This is kind of an eyeballed recipe. You might have to add more flour. You might have to add more water. You just have to kind of play with the consistency. Just about there. Unlike with butter, you don't really have to worry about handling it too much, which is kind of nice. What?
You weren't stomping? I thought you cut your hand off. And you were like, come help me!
I would be making a lot more noise. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I didn't cut my finger off. Oh no. Oh no. It's okay. All right, it's not perfect, but it's okay. Who's gonna know? All right, it's just between you and me. Who's gonna know? Now, just gonna go around, cut off all the excess. It doesn't have to be pretty. I personally, I think that you should have a good crust, but the crust is the least exciting part for me. The most exciting part is how the heck a water pie is gonna be anything. But I do feel like I should poke this a little. I feel like that's what people usually do. That might backfire, okay? We're gonna find out. So, need an entire cup of sugar. Okay, 4 tablespoons of flour. These pour that in. I'm just gonna use my hands and sprinkle this sugar and flour evenly. About 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I have 5 tablespoons of butter that I'm just going to spread around. Somewhat evenly. That's it. And then I'm going to put it in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes and then reduce it to 375. I'll probably cover it so that the crust doesn't burn and then cook it for another 30 minutes. So we're looking a little weird. I have let it cool. My crust fell off. We'll just balance that back on and no one has to know. Okay. So, looks weird. Looks real weird. Moment of truth. It is a little bit loose, I guess. It doesn't really smell like much of anything. I don't know what to think about it. Obviously, this was born in a time where you didn't have much, and food makes people happy. And when life is really crappy, sometimes you just want something sweet. Something, you want something to make you forget how crappy your life is. I'm not sure if I would say that water pie would make me hate my life less.
Have you tried it?
I know it's very beige.
Try that water pie. No, it's good.
I've never had water pie before.
No, but if someone were to feed me this and then say that's water pie, I'd be like,
right. So it's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
But it's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Crust is pretty good though, right?
What's in it that's jelly?
Flour?
I don't need the Great Depression to enjoy eating this.
Right?
No, it's surreptitiously good.
Right? It's just very it's very
Depressing.
simple.
No, it's good. I think if you wanted to be like a rich depression person, you'd add some spices. Maybe add some cinnamon or some clove.
Or nutmeg.
Yeah. Basic bitch it.
Yeah. They did use nutmeg a lot in some of the Great Depression era recipes. But not water pie. It is just water in a pie.
10 out of 10. Would eat again.
Cool. Me too, honestly. I don't know. Like, my brain is confused. Mainly because, like, it literally was a puddle with floating butter on it and somehow turned into
I feel like
that. It's not pretty.
Oh, no.
Like, that looks like a sin. Like,
not sinfully delicious.
no, just like, what did you do and why are you allowed in the kitchen?
No.
That is water pie. I will post some non-black and white photos on my Instagram, so you get the full effect of what we're working with here. Next week, I am going to stick with the depression theme, and I am going to make potato donuts. Hope you're all doing well. And you know, if you have a grandparent that or parent, if you have anyone that you know who lived through the Great Depression, ask them for some stories, because Lord knows my grandma saves everything, and it drove me crazy when I was a kid, like absolutely up the wall crazy. But I get it now. But yeah, hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you next Tuesday.